I just wanted to do a short video about light stands. In your travels to get lights, and at some point you're going to want lights, you're going to come across these things called light stands. They basically have a little nib like this on this, and the light goes on here, and they're great and they hold your lights. Now, I would, just my advice, highly suggest you do not get these special kit lights, which include these light stands that are, these things are terrible. You know, they're bendy, they break easily, and when you put your lights on top of one of these guys, you're not going to be happy. I mean, this thing weighs about, I don't know, it's ounces, and it's really cheap. I can't imagine they spent more than $5 or $10 putting this together. This came with some kit light or something like that that I got a long time ago. Really, I know you like to save money. Let's save money and buy the low-end stuff. But when it comes to mounting your $200, $300, $400 lights or your cameras or anything else on a stand, really, just don't go for the cheap light stands. I wouldn't pay any less than $50 or $100 for a light stand because I'm going to be mounting things on it that costs that much. So this guy, bye-bye. Don't even bother. Now, next up, you have something like this guy. Now, this is a really nice light stand. It's all metal, totally all metal, and you'll find it has things like this. You ready? It's spring-loaded. So what happens is, let me put this down so you could see it. It's spring-loaded, so what happens is as this comes down, if you happen to undo your lights and you have heavy equipment on here, this particular pole doesn't come blasting down and smashing into this. There's a lot of give here on the springs. It's nice metal. It's kind of light. It's hollow. I believe this is aluminum. It's kind of nice. You can get carbon fiber and all that. You don't need them. This is a sturdy stand. I would have no problem taking one of these lights, which is not cheap, and sticking it on there at all. Then the last, it's kind of like ick, then it's kind of nice, and then it's kind of really nice. The last thing I would suggest to you is a C stand. These got a million uses. They're a little more expensive. I mean, you're looking at about $150 to $200 some odd dollars per stand, but they are totally worth it. I have no problem putting my light on this. In fact, it's just hanging out there. These guys are not light. This has got to be pounds. They have lockdowns on them. You can get any angle you want. You can take and pull this thing out of here. You can put it up this way. You can add mounts to the end. You can pull the tops off. You can mount lights to them. They're very easy to use, and they go really, really high. You'll notice on the bottom here, let me see if I can do this without whapping myself in the head. The bottom here, whoa. That's a proper C stand. You are not going to knock these over unless you're trying really hard. They fold up quite easily and wrap around, and then you just unfold them. But you're not going to knock this thing over. This guy sets on the floor and allows you to do things to where you can undo these, pull this over this way, undo this, yank this guy out here, set this over here like that. You can mount cameras to this end. You can mount huge lights like that to this end. you can mount many, many pounds of equipment to this thing. C-stand's probably the best. What I've done is put some links below to some nice various light stands, some nice various C-stands that you can get. They're fairly cheap. They're really good. But that's what this video is about, is just don't, you spend thousands of dollars on camera. You spend lots of money on sound and audio and everything else. Don't cheap out on tripods, which hold all your equipment, and don't cheap out on light stands. I don't want to take my my 3 Aputure Tri-8s, about 12, 13, 1600 bucks, and mount them on something cheap and have them fall over and break. Anyway, I just wanted to give you that little note and open your eyes to some new stand possibilities. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. And they're quite easy to, ooh, man. Here's a tip. When your light stand like this, do not lift this up like this, because then you will cold cock yourself like this, and you'll fall down on the ground, and then this will come down and fall out and stab you in the heart, and you'll die. So you don't want to do that.